from your conversations and your work, in PwC, even the work now with accountability, I'd be interested in what you are seeing, hearing of issues that are either good or maybe poor governance examples and issues in this pre-IPO space. So when companies are receiving diligence and leadership and insight, what's happening maybe historically and what are we seeing into the future here?
The purpose of governance, whether it's pre-IPO or post-IPO, is threefold. It's to manage risk, it's to improve performance, and it's to enable engagement. Okay? So risk, performance, and engagement. That's the purpose of objective very good governance. And the cost of not doing that is very significant. And I don't need to give you statistics, but some of the statistics are staggering. It's really, you'll be shocked with disbelief. In the last 10 years since the financial crisis, the top banks in the world have paid over $320 billion in fines. The top 50 global banks over the same period of time have wiped out $850 billion of profit. Not revenues, profit, right? And through trading losses, through litigation, through higher compliance costs, through write-downs. And people begin to say, now we're really in an increased era where people are improving scrutiny, oversight, etc. That's not true. If you look at the results of the last 2 years, just in the last 2 years, do you have an estimation of the number of fines, the 10 largest fines the world's global companies have paid? $97.1 billion, and the three biggest industry groups were automotive, financial services, and energy and extraction. So, Carl, I know your time is tight. I'm trying to speak like a New York guy. The meter's running.
New York minutes, let's go.
I'll probably get 75 seconds for that one. So the bottom line in good governance and a pre-IPO is a certain degree of transparency, a certain clarity in terms of decision rights architecture, and a certain clarity in terms of strategy, in terms of what you're going to do. So strategy, structure, and a set of metrics. But I think there needs to be a certain amount of balance in how one approaches the Fortune 500. Right? The 1% are not bad people. They're my neighbors. Right? And you don't get becoming an activist or an advocacy platform, blaming and shaming CEOs and pointing fingers at them, get them to agree with mass scale change. But there is a process in which you can co-opt and understand what the pain points of the CEO of a Fortune 500 company are, and understand what's short in terms of time, and investor expectations, analyst expectations, market expectations. They have short tenures and a very stressful life. If one can align with their objectives and make sure that the ESG agenda is more aligned to the improvement of business performance and a CEO scorecard, you're more likely to succeed. So there's nothing wrong with making money as long as you make it responsibly. It's just like, there's not two sides to this.
Well, you're bringing up something I think that I want to move on to the next point here, and that's language, right? This literal and this metaphorical language, and Barry, I'm asking you to jump in here. Are we using the right language as sustainability practitioners historically and moving forward? When we interface from a governance perspective, we talk about carbon emissions or investing in social progress and causes. Is that squaring with the governance and the leadership? If it is, great. If not, what would you recommend?
I think you say something very important. I think you've got both your points between what you say and what you do, and it's talking to them in their language. I'd almost start encouraging all of you. See, I am probably the least qualified on this panel about sustainability. I grew up in investment banking and strategy consulting, and I'm probably atoning for my sins right now by being here. So, when you look at the longer-term picture, it is not us and them. It shouldn't be about ESG governance. It should be about good governance. Good governance creates better performance, creates great companies, and you buy stock in them, and you raise the level of performance, and you create jobs, and you pay more taxes. So it's not just ESG governance. So I think the separation between us and them has to be looked at. Secondly, about saying and doing stuff. It isn't about ticking boxes. It isn't about ticking boxes. I've taken coaching from my general counsel before I say this, right? Diversity, right? Diversity of pigmentation, diversity of gender, diversity of ethnicity. Great, necessary, critical, not enough. Not enough. Because if you conduct a social experiment of 5 kids, women and men, raised them in the same town somewhere in America, small town USA, right? Same schools, same colleges, same parental upbringing, same place of worship, same diet, same socioeconomic strata. I guarantee you they're not going to be diverse. True diversity is diversity of thought. And when an organization can assimilate different forms of thinking towards a collective good and harness it towards improved performance, right? That's when you can say you've been diverse, right? Because otherwise you can just tick boxes. It's a compliance exercise, right? Okay, I meant this quarter, I meant that quarter. At the end of the day, what do you turn around, right? So I think diversity also needs to be looked at through a different set of lenses. And I think it's important to do both. Say it and do it.
Here, right, we're going to do two of these, so I'm going to postulate sustainability exceeds the fiduciary. Agree or disagree?
I'm not quite sure I understand you.
Well, I think maybe it's a terrible question. Agree or disagree? All right.
Want to go last?
Okay, Sunny.
Absolutely disagree. Sustainability equals fiduciary, for lack of a better word. And both have to be done, and both have to be done extremely well. Otherwise, you're out of business. You can sit around and have as many of these conferences as you want. Who's going to pay for them?
You're from New York. I give you an inch, you take a mile. I like it. Lawrence.
I'm still not sure. This is a tough question.
Okay.
I do not know.
Like reluctant, agree, same, unsure. Wonderful question. Let's keep going. Our lightning round here is going to be, if you were what is your go-to karaoke song on Friday night? We're going to start with Barry.
Why Friday? Wednesday night.
Wednesday, that's right here, you know?
Okay, if anybody has seen the movie yesterday, you'll get this. Hey Dude.
Okay. Lawrence, what do you got?
I have no karaoke song.
Just me.
These are terrible questions. Just kidding, right? What do you got?
My way.
Okay. I would be George Michael, Freedom 90. I'm just going to put that out there. So, quick 10-second takeaway. What's your one parting thought for all of our change agents here in the room when you want to drive governance and connect with leadership?
The first thing I would say is that over 70% of the headline-producing crises happen because of things within management's control. They're not random. So my advice, look inward, do a risk analysis of what you're doing wrong so you get it corrected.
Look inside. Great, Lawrence.
Be credible in your communications internally and do what you say you're going to do.
Second.
Be strong business people, communicate effectively, and leverage strong and genuine relationships. All right, you'll do well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a huge amount that we could talk about. We're out of time, so feel free to follow up with any of our guests here afterwards. They are great experts in governance, and let's give them a big round of applause.